Alright, so allegedly, for you to get off, where's that sensor at? The sensor, which is right down. Okay, hold on. There's your alternator, your sensor, your belt, right there, right where that plug is. That's your sensor. That's where you need to replace it. Quick little video on how to replace one of these. It is a oil pressure sensor for a 2013 Dodge Charger. One of these little fuckers. So basically, if your car is saying that it's running at 99 psi, but it's still running perfectly fine, but it's saying it's running at 99 psi and the check engine light comes on, you go get the check engine light ran, it'll say that it's a sensor going out. So this is just a quick video on how to replace the sensor. So right there where that green is, I can get it to focus. Yep, right there. That's where the sensor is. It's behind the alternator. So for you to get the alternator off, you have to take the air intake off. So that's, I already did that. It's the cone, okay. So you're gonna take it off of here because in order for you to get your tensioner puller, in order to get this down there, this fan's in the way. So the intake right here, it will be sitting right there. It'll be in the way of this arm. So you're going right down here. This is your tensioner pulley. This little square nut. Okay. That little square nut right here. Little square nut right there. It's a little square. You're gonna put that down there. You're gonna pull the belt. You're gonna pull the belt to the right, and then it'll loosen up the tension on the belt, and then you can pull the belt off the alternator. Usually, you can usually do this with a just regular socket and like a cheater bar, but with this one, the air intake's in the way and the fan is in the way. Like I said, you just pop this on here like that. Pull it to the right. Pull that to the right. Reach down here, grab the belt, pull it off the alternator. Pull that off the alternator. Make sure you do not unravel your serpentine belt from where the positions are and where it's at. Make sure you try to keep roughly where it's supposed to go. Otherwise, you're going to have to figure out where to snake this around because it's all got to go a certain way. So now, there's, I believe it's a 15 millimeter right here, and then there's another one down here at the bottom underneath it. Take those two bolts off, the alternator should come off. Lied, it is a 16 millimeter that goes to the alternator. So you just take that one off, and then there's one underneath that you take that off, this alternator will pull off. Okay, so we're about to go underneath the car real quick just so I can show you. So right here where your alternator is, right there. If I grab my socket out of the way. Right here where your alternator is, that's your lower bolt right there. That's the bolt you need to take out. And you got another one right there that you got to back out. So you got 3 in total that holds it on. So you got to get, where's my fig? There it is. You got to get that one off, that one off. Those two are just the bottom two. And then you got to come back up top. And then you're going to pull this single one off right there. So those are the 3 bolts that you got to get off. So with these bottom two, you don't have to back them out all the way. Just back them out enough so you can slide the alternator over so you can get to the sensor. But try to take out this one first and then get this one backed out and then take off the top one. But I'm going to keep trying to go ahead and grab this one off right here. Again, the problem is with a lot of these YouTubers is they don't really have that many good camera angles. With me, luckily, I don't have my front bumper on. So, it's making this a little bit easier, but yeah, so you're going to take off this one first, right here, and then you're going to take off this front one, and then you'll go up top and take out the top one. But like I said, don't back them out all the way, just enough so you can slide the alternator over a little bit. Okay, so what you're going to do now, after you get these alternator bolts out a little bit, you're going to grab the alternator and you're going to slide it over. See how it just slides over like this? You're going to slide it over, and then right down there's your clip. You can go up to Harbor Freight, you can get a pick set. It looks just like this. It's a Pittsburgh set. You get it for $2. The one I used, not the straight one, not that hooked one, the one that actually got it was this like little weird one. Instead of just a straight 90 degrees, I used this actual hook one. Then you'll go behind these cables, and then you'll get, I don't know if it's gonna be able to focus, not really focus, but I'm trying to help you guys out the best I can. Right there where this pick is, you can see it moving. Right there where that white tab is, you'll get your pick underneath this white tab. So you can't really see where my pick is. You can kind of see where the tip of it is moving around up there. You'll get the pick underneath that white tab, get it hooked, and pull up on it. So you'll get the hook, you'll get this, put it underneath the white tab, and you'll pull. And then it'll release that pin. It's just like, kind of like how these are, where it has a tab on it. You want to hook the tab, and then after you hook the tab, you'll pull it, and it'll unclip like that. So just, you pull it, it'll unclip. It's something really similar to that, but it's down there. Reach down here. There's a little release pin on it. If I could find it with my fingers, and pull it off. So I'm gonna pull this real quick. All right, so I got it out. This is what I was meaning. So this little tab, your sensor, it's either gonna be black or green. A lot of videos I keep seeing, they're black. I don't know why mine's green. But like I said, you can see where all my scratches are on it. You're gonna get your hook behind this lip. That's right there. Right there, right behind this lip. You're gonna get your hook behind that, and you're gonna pull this back. Once you get that pulled back, right here's this release pressure, this pinch release. So you'll push down on the pinch release, and then it'll just slide right off. Now, the only other, besides these hooks, the only other special thing that you really have to have is the 27mm socket. You can get it from Harbor Freight. It's $4 or $5 at Harbor Freight. So altogether, I spent like $8 just on tools. You don't really have to have these ratcheting wrenches, but it made it a lot easier. So these are like 30 something. This is the set you're gonna want to get because it has the 5/8 in it. They don't sell these individually. The other sets, they don't have 16mm. So you're gonna buy the metric one. Use the 5/8. The 5/8 is the size that you need for the alternators. So right down there, right underneath where that rusted ass bolt is, in this gap, I'm trying to set my light up for you guys, I'm sorry. Right in that gap down there, you're gonna take your socket, switch hands real quick, take your socket, put it down here, and it's gonna slide right over the, so you can kind of see where my socket is now, right there. If I can get it to focus, there it is. That's where my socket is, that little black socket right there. And it's recommended to get extensions for your socket so it makes it a little bit easier. This kit I think was $15. So if I go ahead and grab this right back off of here, try to get your socket down here like this, slide it over that like that. This whole process, it's so simple. It's for a simple, well, the process isn't fucking simple. It's for something that's very simple, and it's just a pain in the ass. All right, there's the damn thing. You can obviously see why this thing went bad. It's pretty oxidized compared to the new one. You can see the difference. This one's all nasty. This one's brand new. This one's all oxidized and corroded. So you're just gonna repeat the process. Take this, put it down here, screw this one in, tighten it. I don't know exactly how fucking far you have to tighten this. I doubt it has to go all the way back up to this, but put this in, tighten it, put the clip back in, put the hose back in, and well, all that from there. So the problem I'm having right now is I'm trying to make sure, so right there where those grooves are in the clip, right there where those grooves are in the clip, it's kind of hard to see. Where's the old part at? Right here. When you put it in, you want to have these grooves facing this way, so that way if any time in future references, if you need to take this clip off, you still have easy access to pulling this pin. Because if you just throw it in there anyway and saying that access clip to pull that, the safety clip is facing this way, somehow you're gonna have to get a tool in there and then reach around and somehow figure out how to pull it out. So I'm trying to put it in the same way where this clip was facing up right towards here. So if I ever need to replace this sensor again, I could pull the clip from right here instead of trying to figure out where the clip is and how I'm gonna pull it up. All right, so this is what I mean. That white clip is facing up. What the heck? That white clip right there. Come on, focus, I just had it. That white clip right there is facing upwards. So if I ever need to replace this again, I could just get that hook on there, pull it up. It's right there. So now I got to put the alternator all back together and then put the belt back on and it's ready to go. All right, so the alternator's tight, sensor's tight, sensor clip's on. So another thing you can do as of right now, if you wanted to, you can check your alternator. If this spins freely like this, that's good. But if it's kind of hard for you to turn your alternator, like it takes a little bit more force to turn it, your alternator's starting to go bad. So it's just a quick little tip for you guys if you guys need to know. If you're worried about your alternator possibly going bad while you're doing this, you might as well change it out. So it'll go from the alternator to underneath that pulley to over your water pump, over this pulley, over your AC compressor, under your crank, back up over your tensioner pulley, and then back to your alternator. But make sure you guys like, subscribe. I try to do more camera angles for you guys and more in-depth things so that way you guys could see how to actually do this. There's not that many YouTube videos on YouTube that actually go in detail on like where you have to find stuff. Most of the time it's just a camera sitting right here and someone's like, oh, you just do this, and then they do it. No, it's more in-depth than that. That's what I'm trying to achieve here with my videos. By any means, I am not a certified mechanic. I'm just doing this so that way I can encourage you guys to work on your own personal vehicles. I'm not a certified mechanic. If you do something wrong and blow up your motor, don't try to come after me. Don't try to sue me. I'm not certified. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. I'm gonna go take a shower. That's the end of the video.